Hello, my amazing third grader students. This week's project is inspired by fall. It's inspired by the pumpkins we see at the grocery store and the pumpkins that we might see at a pumpkin patch. So, our pumpkin is a zoomed in pumpkin. There's a lot of details in this project this week. This project is a 2-week project because I want you to really take your time, slow down, and try your best. So this is a 2-week project. We are working on getting something to go from dark to light. So here is our color wheel. I hope you've seen one of these before. I know I've shown you what it is. Analogous is a color scheme, and that means it's 3 or even 4 colors next to each other on the color wheel make an analogous color scheme. So that's a fancy word for you to know today. So we are also going to talk about value. Value is taking something from black to white, and it has all those grays in between. We will be using value, but not with black and white, but with black to red orange to orange to yellow orange to yellow to white. We will be using value in that way. We want it to be a smooth value. So that's why this will take some time, because it needs your patience. Let's get right into it. So this zoomed in pumpkin will be of just the top of the pumpkin. This is obviously a fake one, but it will be really close up. So this stems of real pumpkins are quite funky and they're really cool, but the base of it is almost like a star. So yours doesn't have to look like mine. It doesn't even have to look like a real pumpkin stem, but it has some zigzags, and then it curves up at the top. And this is pretty much what we want it to look like, where you have those those peaks. You can draw lines up to the top for that texture. This is an important part because it makes the piece look like a pumpkin. Without it, it just look like, well, it would still be pretty cool, but it wouldn't look exactly like a pumpkin. You're going to take where you have your pointed pieces, and you are going to draw lines. They could be straight, they could be a little curved, and you are going to draw them to the outside edge of the paper. Where I can't see behind the top of the stem, I just did a few lines. You can add a little twirly line at the stem if you'd like. So for the stem, we're going in with brown. Oh, you can choose if you want color pencils or crayons. I did both to show you that it works with both. I'm doing a crayon for the pumpkin stem, and I'm going over the whole thing pretty lightly first. So I'm not pressing hard on the crayon. I'm pretty light. So then I can press harder in spots that I want it to be darker. I did go over the darker spots with the black crayon to get it even darker. This is sped up, so please remember to take your time. These are the colors I use for my pumpkin. I also use brown and black. I did do a few different techniques for each section, but you are going to start by outlining your pencil lines with a black crayon or a brown crayon. After you have those lines drawn, I would go in with your next darkest color, which is the red-orange, and I do that on the lines where the black is, and you are using pressure. So you are pressing harder where you want it to be darker, and you're lifting up on the pressure when you want it to be lighter. After you have the red-orange, you go to the regular orange, and you're doing the same thing. You're pressing harder, and then you're getting softer the closer inside you are. Once I'm happy with my regular orange, I'm going to add my yellow orange. And as you can see, I'm overlapping those colors to get that nice smooth transition. If this is pretty hard for you, that's okay. Try your best. This is a skill that we will practice every year because it is challenging, but it is very rewarding. So you're going to do that same thing on all the other sections. You can tell why this is a 2-week project. This next section, I am doing it in colored pencils to show you that yes, you can also do it with colored pencils. I went in with brown first, then red, orange, orange, yellow, because I didn't have yellow, orange, and I'm just overlapping that a lot, and then leaving some space for white or the light yellow. I'm making sure the edges are dark and that it is smooth. And this is where we're stopping for this week. Woohoo! We are halfway done with our pumpkins. I bet yours looks wonderful. I still want to see a picture of it even though it's not finished, so post it onto Google Classroom so I can see what it is. Bye!